Hey everybody, I'm here with another process video for you. I'm using this really lovely paper from the Rose Gold Solid Stack by DCWV. It's brand new and it's beautiful. I couldn't wait to use it. So I'm just using a little bit here. I know I'm covering most of it up, but it really does look lovely as a photo mat, and it really just brings your eye to the pictures because of how the light reflects on it. And I'm scrapbooking these pictures of my daughter. We went to climb at, we went to hike at Vasquez Rocks. And if you're a Star Trek fan, you'll recognize the landscape from a lot of Star Trek episodes were filmed there. And for the rest of the papers, I'm using this Lively Geos stack. I think this one's out at Joann's right now. So I'm just matting my photos here. And I want a pretty even border around these. And I've chosen this paper with the little fox that's kind of looking towards the photos. And I really like the cacti in this stack because we go hiking a lot, we go to the desert, and it's just, perfect. And that paper I'm tearing is the little offcut from the top of one of the pattern papers. I think it might even be from this one that I'm using here, the back of it, because all these papers are double-sided. So I just tore away that little circle, and I'm going to use it for layering here behind my photos. So I'm going to start sticking stuff down already, because otherwise I'll just move everything around forever and it'll take me a long time to do a layout. So I'm just trying to be quick. So I'm using that other strip with the dots just to measure and make sure that the strips in the background are even. That way it kind of looks like it's a whole piece of paper in the back, but it's really just two strips. So if you make them look even, it's gives it more of the illusion that it's a whole piece of paper back there. So I'm just measuring, trying to see if they're even enough. And yep, that's good enough, so I'm happy with that. So I'm going to use my new favorite pen, the Jane Davenport Incredible pen. It's a fountain pen, and I love it. So I'm just doodling some little hearts on the cacti. Kind of, it has these little, thorns drawn on there. And so wherever those little thorns are in twos, then I went ahead and just drew a heart there. I really like doodling on my layouts around the border, or on the pattern paper, wherever I can. I just think, I don't know, it gives it a little something, a little more interest. So I just turned the paper just to make it easier for myself. So I'm happy with that. And I'm thinking of using these tags, which are beautiful, but I don't think I end up using any of them. But I do use that border, kind of like diamond border. I'm going to do the same thing that I did with that green background strip. I'm going to rip it and then add it back there to make it look like there's a whole piece of paper behind it. But this time, since, I don't think about what I'm going to do ahead of time, I've already glued down those green strips, so I'm going to put glue in the front of the strips this time, and then try to peel it all apart so that the green strips and the photo mat will stay together. And then I can just slide that one in there. And I'm just making sure that that diamond strip is a little bit smaller than the photos and a little bit larger than that green strip. And then I'm gonna just do the same thing on the other side there. Oh, and I had a little bit of trouble with my ATG there. The tape just pulled like sideways or something, and it didn't stay on the release paper. But I rarely have trouble with my ATG. I love it. I see people online, like they have trouble with their tape being too loose or the tape snapping. So I'm not sure what's happening there, but I never have any trouble with mine, and I've had it for years, and I've always loved it. So when I do forget how to load it, I go on YouTube and I look for videos that show you how to load it, or even on the Scotch website, because I think if you load it wrong, then, I mean, it's very easy to load it wrong, and then you will have some problems with it. So yeah, so I'm happy with that strip, and I'm just going to tear it right there. And then the rest of it, I'm just going to add it to the top, because I didn't want it to cover up the fox there. I thought it would be weird if it covered it up, so I'm adding tape to the front this time. I learned, just in case I want to add anything to the back there. Now I'm going to be very brave. I looked for something for the title. So I found that hello, and I wanted a word adventure, and I didn't really have one. So I'm going to be brave and draw one. So I'm using my little Tim Holtz ruler to draw a line on the paper. And I'm trying to get it as even as possible. And I was thinking of using those wood veneer stars because I like what it says, like, you got this and way to go. But I don't think I'm going to end up using those. So I'm going to be very brave here, draw my line on the paper, and I'm going to write my word adventure with my fountain pen. And I rarely do that, so this was brave for me too. So while I write that word, I'm going to tell you about the pictures here. So we were climbing, we were hiking, and we did hike up the rocks a little bit. Not as much as we did when we went without her, but we did climb up the rocks, and she had like a great time. She climbed that little slope she's climbing is really not that steep, but for her it was a big deal, and she was so happy when she got to the top there, and she sat down to look around, and it was just really fun to see her, you know, be so adventurous. So while I finish writing that word, do you guys like the cacti trend? There's like cacti in a lot of things still this time around. The new CHA releases still have cacti in them. So what do you think? Do you like it? And then flamingos and llamas are another thing. What do you guys think about those trends? Leave me a comment and let me know. I like the cacti. I think the llamas are cute. I'm not much of a flamingo person. I don't really buy in much with flamingos on them. But I really like the cacti. So now I'm just erasing my line there and trying not to smear that ink. I'm going to put that, it's like a copper foil hello. That kind of matches the rose gold in the stack. It's not a perfect match, but that's okay. And I'm going to be brave again, and I'm going to draw my journaling lines without a ruler. And I really like that organic look of the lines there. So I had to go and look up the date real quick. I forgot what the date was. So I go look it up, and I'm going to write it there on the bottom. Yeah, I'm just going to write about what an accomplishment this little hill was for her. So it turned out a little bit crooked, but that's okay. Anything handmade is not 100% perfect, right? So I found these chipboard stickers in my stash. They're from Freckled Fawn. And that one says, I adore you. Hello, adventure, I adore you. I kind of thought it was a nice subtitle. And then I'm going to try and put that one, that black sticker up there. It says totally awesome. And then I feel like it needs a third one. So I'm going to look for another one that kind of fits in. And that one said XOXO, and I didn't like that so much. But this one says hooray, and it just feels like that's kind of her expression on the second photo there, like I did it. So I thought that was perfect. And I'm still trying to fit those stars in there, but it's just not working out. So I go and look for other things that in my stash. I really wanted to bring in some wood veneer because I felt like the wood would bring a little something to the layout. So I get some hearts and asterisks and sprinkle them around. And I kind of fiddle around with this for a little while. So I'm going to spare you the fiddling part and just cut straight through to the sticking part. So to stick down my wood veneers, especially these little ones, I like this Scotch little dot adhesive. And I just touch the wood veneer to it until I have enough dots on there that it's sticky enough to stay on my layout. And if I don't have that on hand, or there's enough space, I like to use the little tiny glue dots too. Just stick that down. And it's kind of funny here because I forgot where my wood veneer on top went. So I put the heart back, and then I kind of forgot where I was supposed to put the other asterisks. So I ended up moving everything around. But that's okay because I still like how it ended up with the one asterisk on each corner, in each green layer of the paper there. So I'm trying to remember or kind of decide where that one went, but so I just put it on that flower. And I'm just cleaning up a little bit, and I think that's done. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.